Hi everybody, it's Ellen. I'm so excited today because I've got two amazing things happening. The first, we're picking up our new car. And the second, I got a delivery from Pleta. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, but it seems to be the yarn. Let's open this puppy up. Okay, the box is open and I just want to show you how yarns come from Pleta. They come individually wrapped. Cute little string, Stenli. This one here is a vegan cake. I know that a lot of people are concerned about that with their yarn now. And so I decided I found vegan. Let's try vegan. I'm going to unpackage them all so that you don't hear this through the whole video. And then I'll come back to you and tell you a little bit more about Pleta. Okay, y'all, if you haven't already, grab yourself a coffee, a soda, a 42-ounce Stanley of water. You're going to need it. I ordered so much yarn. I ordered sort of for 3 reasons in this massive shipment from Pleta, and I promised I'd tell you about Pleta. Pleta is a yarn company in Bulgaria that has the Stenli yarn contract. And Stenli makes these gorgeous cakes. You're going to see some of them. And they are lovely to deal with. Their website is super easy to use. Customer service is great. And you can get customer service in English even though they're in Bulgaria. So kudos to Pleta. Ship pretty quickly, especially for what I think of as a large order. I've got 36 items on my wait list. Don't worry, some of them are doubles, so it's not going to take us 4 hours to get through it. At least I hope not. But I put a link to their website on here. They also have a YouTube channel. Seems like they may have a brick and mortar. And while I'm in Europe and they're in Europe, they're not exactly around the corner, but maybe a destination holiday where I could go and meet the people from Pleta. That could be fun. We'll see. We'll see what the future brings. But I have 3 reasons for why I ordered. One, I wanted to check out the eco-friendly vegan options that I saw that they had. So I'm going to start with those. The second reason is I am checking out novelty yarns. I'm very interested in them. I'm doing reviews as I go of all the various yarns that are in this shipment. It will take a while to get through and make all of those videos because I actually make something with each of the yarns. But overall, I'm trying to build this novelty blanket out of novelty or unique yarns where every square is the same dimensions, and then sew them all together and see if I have something horrendous or like a gorgeous piece of art, which is sort of what I'm hoping for, is the gorgeous piece of art, but we will see. And the third reason is in Germany, all kids in sort of the equivalent of high school learn to ballroom dance. And at the end, they have what they call an Abschlussball. And it's a ball. And we have a lot of kids. And so they started having the balls. And all our kids continued on dancing. So 2 years ago, my husband and I started taking ballroom dancing lessons once a week. And now we go as often as we can. But for these balls, I need a ball gown, actually, fancy dresses. Dancing ball gowns though, so they're not so, don't think hoop skirt kind of ball gown. But mine all seem to be strapless or sleeveless, that's the word I'm looking for. And half of the time they're in January. And so I always want something to go over that I could also have on to dance with, especially at the beginning of the evening when you haven't gotten all warmed up and you want something to cover your arms. And So I'm trying to make a wrap with some of those things. So I have ordered a bunch of things that may work and fit into that category. So let's jump right in. Okay, so I was trying to get better light to really be able to see these cakes really well, and my phone just fell behind my radiator, and I had to call my husband to help me get it out. And he brought a ring light, so hopefully then we can all see these lovely yarns better. I'm going to start with the sort of eco-friendly, vegan-friendly yarns. I know that lots of people are looking more for an environmentally friendly lifestyle, sort of a vegan lifestyle, not just eating habits. And so I was really interested when I saw the vegan cake. It is also a Stenli. So they are known for high quality products. And I thought, okay, let's check it out. It seems very much like their other cakes. Can you see? It's sort of these threads that are not woven as in, you know, twisted together. So, but usually that shouldn't be a problem with you depending on the kind of hook you use and the style in which the motions in which you make. And so I think you would get used to it pretty quickly. I think together, oh, that's hard for me to say. Maybe a 2 weight, maybe a sport weight, but it's, and no, I'm going to go with a 1 on that. I'm going to go with a 1. So you're using you're going to be looking at a small hook. I think they recommend a 1.5 to a 2 for your hook size. So you're looking very small. Wash at 30 degrees and no dryer. No dryer. So what is in a vegan cake then? It does have cotton and polyester. So it does feel like a cotton. I would say it feels like a high quality cotton. But it does have that sort of cottony feel to it. Because of the weight of the yarn, you would get a nice drape with that. It's just going to take you longer to make something. Though with one cake, you could certainly make a lovely shawl, like the big triangular shawls that sort of drape all the way down your back. Because we've got 250 grams for 1,200 meters. So very pretty, lots of colors. I'll put the web page up in the corner for you so that you can see what else is available. And for the vegan cake, I paid $9.47, not on sale. So that's the regular price. That's pretty good. When you can get, you know, a nice high quality full length shawl out of that, it's good. That's a good bargain. You'd pay that in a store, right? For a new shawl, you'd pay a lot more than that. So, so far I'm liking the vegan cake. They do have the nice start tab here. And yeah, I sat on him after I lost my phone. So he's been through a lot already. Now, the other one I got sort of in the same vein of eco yarn is called Etho. And Ethos is a little grabby for me. I think, let's see. Yeah, he's 100% eco wool. And he feels like 100% eco wool. So I'm not sure what I would use him for. If you are at all sensitive to wool or to that, I don't want to say scratchy texture, but the sort of unsuperwashed texture of wool, this one won't be for you. It's beautiful colors. I mean, just a stunning colorway. I think you're getting the various shades of brown. I just from where I'm looking here, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different shades of brown. And then there is some variation in the taupey color. So you're going to get a wonderful sort of stitch pattern and colorway with it. Being wool, you're going to, it says to wash at 30. But of course, no dryer, lie flat. And I believe them there that is true. So these were, I'll put the web page up in the corner so that you can see what else is available in the eco yarn. But I did want to try it, and I want to see how it works out. And I'll do a larger review of this. If you like wool, and some people love that wool feel and that wool texture, this would be great for you. I paid $2.43 for him. These are euros, and I'm not doing translations into other currencies because it fluctuates so much. I see it's the 170 meters, but I'm not seeing how many grams. I mean, it feels like 100 grams. It feels like a 100-gram ball. I'm not seeing it, so feels like a 100-gram ball. I can weigh them for you and find out. I'll put a check if I'm right up there. Okay, this next one accounts for quite a number of my purchases. I think 13 of them are all this kind of yarn. Because one of the other things I'm looking for is a good standard yarn to have the entire colorway in. So that when the mood strikes me and I want to do a project, say, I decided I want to just do a tulip blanket or do the tulip pattern on a scarf for someone. I just sort of have a green, a brown, the pink, you know, and I can just go and grab it, and just, it's my go-to, constantly keep a stock of the colorway in, and I just don't have that yarn at the moment. It just, if you do, tell me what your favorite is, because I will try it. And so this is one of the things that I am doing over the next year, is just trying to find what is my go-to yarn, my basic kind of acrylic that has many colors that I can just stock, maybe all along there. I don't know. So I was thinking that this might be it, and I think perhaps I didn't pay as much attention as I should have to the description. Maybe I was overly excited about ordering. This is the Alize brand, big brand in Europe, but I think you can also get it pretty easily in the US, and you can always get it from Pleta. Pleta does ship to the US and Canada, and I think they ship everywhere for pretty reasonable. I found the shipping for Pleta to be quite reasonable. In fact, I think I ordered enough that I got free shipping in Europe. I'm pretty sure I added a ball in order to get me over the threshold to free shipping. So this is the Alize Diva, and they have a lot of colors. And I think that's what attracted me to it, and I didn't pay as much attention as I should have, because I'm looking for a thicker, you know, that's sport weight. And I'm looking for more of a DK or a worsted, a 3 or a 4 weight. But it is beautiful. This is beautiful and is what I ordered. I love that there's a little shine to it. Gives that little bit of extra elegance to a project. There are 100-gram balls and 383 yards in that ball. And I think they're 100% acrylic. Yeah, 100% microfiber acrylic. And so it's got that microfiber softness, but also that silkiness that tends to come from them. And so this is what I did. Yep, every shade of green, or every shade with green in it, I bought one ball. Ones that I could see all the colors in the colorway. Like I said, they've got a lot. I'll put it up on in the corner there. But also that I would be able to do some sort of green ombre project. I don't know what it's going to be yet, especially because I thought it was going to be thicker. My mistake, not Pleta, not Alize. It's my mistake. Sorry, Ellen. But they are beautiful, beautiful colors. I dropped 3 of them, so you can see just the variation across the board. And none of these are the same. None of these are the same number. How do people do this? I think I'm going to have to start a blooper reel just from making this video between the radiator and dropping balls everywhere. I'm going to put them up behind me so that you can see all of the things, picking up all the drop balls. It's a good time to take a sip of your drink. Oh, okay. Well, that green went down. They are really pretty, and they have that nice shine to them. I'll put these up there, too. Put these up there as well. I also got it in a white because I always like to have white of whatever I'm using. I never know when I just want to like pop of an accent or something around the border or something to sort of tie it all together. So I did grab a white. I always like to see the white in it. And I got this guy who is the same line, the Alize Diva, but from the batik. I think that's how we say it, B-A-T-I-K, batik collection. And he's just pretty. And here I'm a little bit glad that he's the thinner weight. I'm going to try and make a scarf. Maybe a triangle cowl. Triangle cowl scarf or something out of him. I just think that colorway is so pretty, and will work up as a nice gift for somebody. Don't know who yet, but somebody special is getting a scarf. So those I paid $194 for each. Let me just check. The batik, the variegated there was $219. So great price, especially for the amount of yardage that you get. And it feels lovely. Like, sorry. I mean, I need to take a sip of my drink. It feels really good in your hands. It's going to be nice to work with. That I'm sure. Okay, let's move on. Or this video is going to be 8 hours long. And nobody, well, maybe I'd sit through a yarn video that's 8 hours long, but I don't know that anybody else wants to. This one is for my novelty yarn crazy project. It's called Orient Express, and he's cool. Let me see if I can find the end here. These ones don't come with pull tabs, so you sort of have to dig a little bit. Let's see. See, what do we have here? Okay, put it down. Yeah, can you? He's sort of like 2 threads with these thread squares going across them in various colors. So we've got like these pretty brown ones, we've got white, and we've got green, my favorite color. Can you tell that green is my favorite color? That's what I started getting the colorways in. But yeah, I just thought he was so cool, and I have to see what he looks like worked up. I had to do it. So, yeah, what are we saying? He's 50% viscose, 50% PE. Now, I thought that was a class in school. If you know what PE is, tell me. Sometimes, usually most of my fibers I'm pretty good with, but then we come along with some that I'm going, and PE is one of those. So if you want to educate me, I'd love it. Go right ahead. 100 grams, 300 meters. So is that saying size 5 knitting needles, size 8 crochet hook? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I might try both, see what happens. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try both, see what happens. Because I really have no idea how to work with it, but cool. And that's exactly what that blanket project is supposed to be. So I can't tell you why I put this in my cart. I can't. I don't know. Maybe just because I've never heard of Olefin Plus. Olefin Plus. Why I brought bright orange, I don't know. I don't know what was... Oh, I know why. I don't know what Olefin is. That was it. Is that it's 100% Olefin. Do you know what Olefin is? I don't. I wanted to find out. I totally foreign fiber to me, and so I wanted to learn about it. And I figured, okay, if I get this yarn and I want to do a larger review, I'm going to have to learn what Olefin is, and that's why I bought this guy. And I don't think he came in many colors. And so I thought, okay, bright orange sounds, why not? It's very happy. Maybe I'll work on this in the mornings. Mornings when I'm grumpy. I'm not a morning person. But maybe if I'm working with bright orange yarn, I will be. So he's 100% Olefin. He's 100 grams, 200 meters. They're saying crochet hook 3 to 4. I would say he's a 4 going on a 5. And that seems like an awfully small hook size. Yeah. Seems like a very small hook size for him. Though he's thin. He's fat, but he's thin. That makes sense. So let me see. Let me see if I can show you. So he's very focus. There. He's very thin that way. And he's fatter that way. So I don't know. We'll see. He doesn't feel soft, okay? I'll be clear about that. But he does have kind of, can you see the halo? You see him? Yeah, there you can see some of the fuzz. I'm trying to think of... Can you hear that? That's kind of what he feels like. You know when you associate that sound with a feel. That is the feel. I was trying to think of how to describe the feel. And I think that sound describes it best. They want you to hand wash them on 40, no dryer. I don't know, but I'm going to try to wash and dry them when I do my review of them. Yeah, interesting. Olefin Plus. Olefin? Maybe it's Olefin. Olefin? Olefin. No, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to learn about it. That's why I bought this one. Checking out something new. Okay, let's move into something pretty. Luxor. This is a Stenliyarn, and it's like Orient Express. It's that two strands of string with these thread squares between them, but sparkly and shiny. And so I was wondering, maybe I could do something to go over a ball gown, some kind of capelet or something, but I have no idea what it will look like worked up. So thought, let's give it a shot. Let's see. This one is 60% viscose, 20% polyester, and 20% Lurex. It's not going to be soft. I'll work it up. It's hard when it's so thready in that to really say what it's going to feel like. So this one, I'm going to reserve judgment or sort of addressing that category until I've worked it up and seen. And 100 grams, 280 meters. So maybe more of a traditional kind of scarf that can be draped around. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this is certainly hand wash, lay flat. We only have knitting needles on there, 6:8. It's called fancy yarn, and I would say it's fancy yarn. I'll play with him and do a larger video, maybe combine him with Orient Express, because they're very, very similar. I'll put them together. There we go. Oh, and again, we're back to the blanket project. Oh, I didn't tell you what those were. Okay. Orient Express was $313 and Luxor was $352, and the Olefin Plus $145. How can I not try them for $145? Have to do that. This one is called Holiday New. I think it means that it's a new Stenli line. $367. I bought nothing on sale. Though I did get a coupon when I signed up for my first order with them. So 5% off. So if you haven't ordered with Pleta, you should be able to get a 5% first user discount. Yeah. It's cool. It's like loops, little yarn loops that have been sewn together in this loop pattern. And I think I picked, it was called Holiday, so I think I picked the most colorful one that they had. And yeah, I just wanted to check it out, and to make a square for the novelty blanket. This is also labeled fancy yarn. I agree with that too. 35% wool. And by 35, I mean 45% wool and 45% acrylic, 10% polyester, not soft. But not unpleasant either, because it, well, at least in ball form, it's squishy. Yeah. It's not soft. It has a little grab, but it's not unpleasant. Like, I don't find it unpleasant. I don't know if I want a scarf out of it, though. I don't know that I don't either, though. I'm scarf neutral on Holiday. 100 grams, only 55 meters. So if you want to make a scarf out of it, you're going to need more than one ball. I just want to make a square out of it. So I should be able to do that. I think I'm going to do 6 inches by 6 inches. Should be okay. Hand wash, 30 degrees, no dryer, no iron, lie flat. Knitting needles, 8 to 10. No crochet hooks on here. Holiday. Oh, those two together up there looks like a party behind me. Undo these together. They're the same. They're called Ajur. Ajur. They feel really nice. They feel really nice. Again, this is something I was thinking, okay, that certainly seems ball gowny. I thought I could work it up for that. They are 100% viscose. And they are really shiny. I think that's coming across on camera, yeah. I think you can really see the shine. And I think the color is coming across pretty well too, from what I can see. What else can I tell you about it? 40 degrees hand wash. Don't say in dryer. I would imagine no dryer. But it kind of that feel like when you finish washing it, it's not going to take much to dry it. It has that feel to it. It's Stenli. 100 grams, 500 meters. So certainly you could do something with that either on its own. It's about a 1 weight. Maybe, yeah, it's a 1 weight. Or you could mix it with, I don't know, say I have a lot of blue, like navy blue dresses. I could mix either one or both in with just a regular navy blue DK, perhaps, and make a nice shawl out of it. So yeah, they feel nice. They really do. Okay, you guys can go there. And I paid $3.33 for each of those. So pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Oh, these next ones take me back to childhood. I admit I bought them because of the name. So meet Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh. I'm Canadian. Winnie was named for a bear who was named for Winnipeg. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big kid sometimes, but I had to. I had to. So, they were not on the same page. They were separate listings. And so I paid $240 for Eeyore and only $210 for Winnie. Winnie's a good deal. That makes sense, right? Eeyore's grumpier. He should cost more. When I spend more, it always makes my husband more Eeyore-y. So, love you, Sven. 100% polyester, both. Okay, Winnie has less meterage. So they're both 100 grams, but Eeyore has 240 meters and Winnie has 180 meters. And they're not, are they the same? Yeah. Now, some people don't like to work with this kind of yarn, but I really do. Now that I've figured out how to work with this kind of yarn, and it really, if you pick the right stitch, it can be easy. I don't want to say easy, but yeah, it can. I've picked a yarn like this to teach my daughter, my almost 16-year-old daughter, how to crochet. So if you pick the right stitch and sort of make it easy on yourself, go up hook size, for example, it can just be really nice to work with. They're so soft on your hands. These are not the softest ones I've felt. I'll be honest about that. Actually, the best one of these yarns that I ever got was from Aldi. It's great. Look for that review. It's coming. I'm still working on the project that I'm making from it, but that one is coming and it is fantastic. But these are soft, as basically all these yarns are. I've learned less to feel this and more to feel the cord, because some of them have a very silky cord, and that's important when you're working with it, and others have a much rougher cord. These are in the middle. That's not going to irritate too much, but it's also not the silkiest that I've found. And you think, okay, that doesn't matter so much, especially if you're using tension rings or anything like that when you crochet. But it actually, the yarn moves much easier the silkier that string is. So it is actually an important feature of this. And these are good. These are sort of mid-range. They're not the silkiest, but they're certainly not grabby in any way. I am working with some of this from Teddy that's very, very grabby. And it's just a little less pleasant to work with. The end result is still quite soft. Okay, as I blab on about technique in that, instead of telling you about the yarn, they're both saying 4 to 5 for knitting needles. Again, nothing about crochet hooks. Wash, hand wash, don't iron, don't hang dry. Let's see, I'll put them to the test. Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. Okay, what comes next? Next. $197 is what it cost me. Lux. I just wanted to see it, see it in real life. And for $197, I thought that I could. He's thin, but he's got sequins. Stop spinning the yarn, Ellen. Okay, there. You can see. And they are, how are they on? Yeah, they're sewn in. So those are not coming off. Those are not coming off. And again, this was just, I was looking for a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of evening glam. Could be worked on his own, but then he's pretty scratchy. He really is pretty scratchy. So you probably wouldn't want to wear him after you put all that work in. But he can be mixed with something perhaps soft, or maybe thrown in with a mohair, so you get that soft fur, but with the luxurious sparkle through it. That could be lovely. That could be really, really lovely and very elegant for evening. 80% Lurex, 10% polyester, 10% sequins. So, I mean, you can tell from that it's not, you're going to feel that. If you tried to work with it by itself, you're going to feel it. Again, just knitting needles 5 to 6. It's giving you the amounts that you need for making a shirt. And I'm assuming that they mean weaving it in with something, because I don't think you want a shirt made out of this. I don't want a shirt made out of this. Maybe you're some kind of religious aesthetic and you're doing some kind of penance and you want to wear a shirt made out of this, but yeah, no. 25 grams, 113 meters. Lux. So if you need to add a little bit of fancy to a project, Lux might be the answer there. Well, this guy is super cool. This is a lava cake. I'm trying to think of what he feels like just like this, like those stiff cardboard cones, but fluffy. Like, I picked him up and I'm like, what on earth? Like, I mean, it's just because he's packed so dense and so tight. He feels really nice. I'm trying to hand it to you to feel. Like, can you take, like if we were in a yarn store together and I'd be like, feel this. Sorry. Maybe one day technology will get us there. We're not there yet. He feels like fleece sheets. Yeah. Those ones that when you've had a bad day and you feel like you're coming down with a cold and it's snowing outside and you just go and you pull out your favorite coziest sheets to put on your bed. That's what petting this cake feels like. And I am sitting here petting this cake. So despite the fact that when I go like this, I'm saying it's a very strange texture. I think it's just because of how dense it's packed, because there is a lot of yarn in this. Yeah, 750 meters. 750 meters, 350 grams. And so I think that's just what it's 75% acrylic, 10% wool, 5% mohair, 10% polyester. Feels lovely. You're getting the fuzz from the mohair. I don't know what he smells like. It doesn't smell bad to me. I don't know why I smelled it. I don't think I've ever smelled yarn before in my life. But I've been watching somebody that does smell yarn all the time. And I guess I just thought, okay, give it a try. I've never done that before. And would have to develop a whole new vocabulary to describe how things smell. But I don't think I'm going to start. Beautiful colorway. And very rich, earthy, like fall. That's what it was. That's what grabbed me about this cake, is I just looked at it and went, fall. And fall is my favorite season. And this would make a lovely, huge, oversized scarf. You know, the kind that you can sort of wrap around you for fall. That's my plan. Whether I keep it when it's done or give it to someone, though it does have colors that are good for me. I love the green, I love the red, and those are colors I can wear. Or so I've been told. I kind of wear what I want. Yeah, he's nice. They're calling him a 4-weight. Let me see. Yeah, maybe when you wind those together. Got your easy start stab. And it's not, you're not starting from the outside. It is going into the center. It's just going around, which is smart. I want to just start making something with it. It's lovely. It's suggesting a 5 to a 7 hook, giving you the range for your own kind of, you know, some of us are tighter or looser. That sounds good to me. I really want to start making something. Yeah. Hand wash, cold, no washer, no dryer, no iron. I'm ready to go. Okay, moving on. Lava cake. What did I pay for this beautiful piece of $12.11? $12.11. This one, worth every penny. Worth every penny, and I haven't started working with him yet. But yeah, he's nice. I want to make sure he's seen. Stay there. Doesn't look as attractive from the side. When I first opened it, I was like, oh, what did I buy? And then when you see that beautiful colorway, you know, when you turn him on his end, lovely, lovely. Okay, let's continue on with Stenli cakes. Next, I have the rainbow cake. He doesn't look very rainbowy. Green, what a surprise. I don't know how anyone would ever know that I like the color green. He feels nice too. In a, I'm not going to say a woolly way. No, but he felt like fleece sheets. This one feels, if cotton candy were soft and you sunk your hand into that, it's kind of got that sort of sinking your hand into a cloud feel. It's very, very pleasant. Oh, I don't speak Cyrillic. And I can't read it either. I kind of think this is saying 10% mohair. I'm going to look up what he's made out of and put it up. It's called Rainbow Cake. 250 grams, 400 meters. And I'm going to make a scarf. It's got your start tab. And I don't know if we can see some of the colorway in here. he's kind of keeping himself a mystery with all of this almost fur from the mohair. So I'm going to put up some pictures from their website to see if you can get a better idea of what he's like. But like, we've got some really cool, it's thin. Like, you've got some really cool cording in there. I'm thinking he's a 3. He's a DK. It's a little bit difficult to tell with all that's going on around the thread itself. Just really interesting and beautiful. I might steal enough to make a square for that novelty blanket that I'm making out of him, because he really does have a lot going on, and I'm not sure that you really get to see all of it on camera, but very cool. Very cool. As we go into summer, I'm showing you all these lovely fall and winter things, but you know what? If you're going to be making stuff for people for Christmas or anything like that, now's the time to get started. Rainbow Cake. This is color 102. I haven't told you any colors on anything. I'm sorry. I'll put them on the screen. I will do that. 1581. 1581. Not sure why he doesn't have a sleeve, but this is how it came. There you go. And okay, these, again, I'm thinking like evening sparkle, and they are called Soufflé Luxe. And one of the other things I like to do is bake. And I like to make a souffle. So they kind of, I'm a sucker for names. I think if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm looking for a particular yarn, but not just the yarn. It has to be named Spectrum. So Soufflé Luxe, and they are luxe. So I should clarify that this one, they are kind of an ombre, or maybe a gradient. So they start with what looks like white. Yeah, that's white. And you can see it's got the sparkle throughout. And it sort of builds to a silver, I think, in here, where the yarn itself is silver and not just the sparkle. And then it comes out to this very, very pale, I'd say teal. I was like, is it blue? Is it green? Is it blue? So we'll go with teal, but very, very pale, very pale, with the sparkle. So you can see it probably clearer here with the gold, that you go from your white out to your gold, and then to sort of a very, very pale beige on the outside. But I think, well, I can tell that this middle color is different than this ending color. Okay, this is actually beige yarn, and this is white. So it feels like cotton. It feels like cotton. And I think you could work something up with it. I'm not feeling roughness from the sparkle in it. So I think you could probably work up something completely in this and it be wearable, which was sort of what I was hoping for. Because if I do something, say, with these guys, with another color, then that's all I can wear it with. I could, you know, if I do it with navy, I can wear it with navy or a silver dress or something like that, but it limits me. Whereas if I make something up in these guys, I can wear it with just about anything. So let's see. Yes, 80% cotton. Cotton has that distinctive feel, right? You know when you're holding something that's mostly cotton. So it's a cotton poly blend, 80% cotton, 10% polyester, 10% Lurex. Yeah. It feels like it will have a nice drape. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not silky smooth or fuzzy soft or anything like that, but it feels like a cotton you'd put against yourself. Like I could have that on my skin and it wouldn't, no problems. 310 grams, 900 meters. So you can do a very nice evening shawl out of those, for sure. It's thin, so it's going to take you some work. Yeah. It might be, no. I think that's fingerling. I think that's fingerling. Yeah. I can tell you the washing, but I think you probably are pretty clear. Hand wash, cold. Don't iron, don't dryer, don't hang. It's suggesting a 1 to 3 hook or 3 to 3.5 knitting needles. So yeah, those are pretty. I'm looking forward to working with those as well. And they're squishy soft in the cake. Squishy. That's the thing I miss about going to the yarn stores, is to be able to shop by squeeze. That used to be how I'd like to shop. Quick break from the cakes. We have more Alize yarn. These were, the Soufflé Luxe were $11.62. $11.62. These Shal Sim are €2 each. And they're Alize, which is a very nice brand. I would even say maybe the mid-range brands. I'm not sure I'm going to put Alize in the high end. And some of them are. I guess some of the Alize are sort of high end, but they're not your bargain yarns. That's for sure. So I was pretty pleased with €2 a skein. This color is 161, and it has that iridescent sparkle. Oh, I think it's coming up well on camera right there. Okay, that's all through it. So I thought it would be really pretty in the evening. A really nice sort of evening wrap. And I love pink. I love pink. Yeah, I've got it everywhere. So they're 100-gram balls, and that gets you, oh, we've got it in yards. Oh, 460 meters, 503 yards for those of you in the US that haven't joined the rest of us on the metric system. Though as a Canadian, I cannot judge. We measure in all kinds of crazy ways. Like we measure distance by time. How far is it from Toronto to Ottawa? About 4 hours. Yeah. Welcome to Canadian way. We do temperature in Celsius unless we're baking, and then we're in Fahrenheit. Like no judgments from the Canadian. Absolutely not. But you know, I don't think in yards unless I'm watching football. That's the only time I process yards at all. The rest of the time, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. That's the problem with being Canadian. That's a problem, but It's one of our things. Like we say sorry a lot, which is actually not a myth. It's totally true. I think I've said it about 60 times today. Like, I'm sorry this video is so long and still have more to go. You know what? I'm going to break it. I have only muffins left. I will come back and do a part 2 just on the muffins alone. That's what I'm going to do, because this one is way too long. Way too long. No one should have to listen to me talk this long. Back to the pretty. It is 5% acrylic and 5% metallic. Okay. Metallic. I mean, I'm assuming that's the iridescence, but sounds like an adjective and not a noun to me. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. The same thing that we've been saying for care all along. Hand wash on cold, no washer, no dryer, no iron, lie it flat. Suggesting a 2 to 3 millimeter hook, or a 3 to 4, are they called gauge needles? Knitting needles? I'm really a little knitting ignorant, so if you would like to make me less ignorant, I would be happy to hear it. I'd say that's a good sport weight. Maybe even a 3. Maybe even a 3. I might use bigger needles, but I tend to crochet pretty tightly. So, see what you feel. But I thought it was pretty. It is pretty, actually. Softness. Squishy soft. It's certainly wearable. Certainly wearable. I'm not going, oh, I want to wear something out of it right now. Like, I wish it was all worked up and I could just wrap it around myself. But I'm also not going, get it off my neck as I pet myself with yarn again. Sorry. Anyway, pretty. Pretty. Okay. This is the last thing I'm going to do on this one, and then I'm going to split it and come back and show you the muffins. The muffins. It was the baker in me that said, you have to go to a store that sells muffins. You have to. Yeah. How can you not have muffin yarn? Anyway, I just got some spools of Lurex. It's just literally Lurex thread. I think I paid, what did I pay for the Lurex? 39 cents for 4 spools of Lurex, and this is how they came. So I didn't do this, and I will probably put a piece of tape or something on to sort of hold them on to their spools. But I just thought I might want to add my own sparkle to something. Apparently I'm really into sparkle at the moment. You could definitely tell what I was thinking about when I was shopping. And we have a ball for our 14-year-old this weekend. So it was clearly on my mind when I was shopping for this. This is my husband coming in to tell me I need to go. I need to speed this up because we've got to go get our new car. So I'm going to do that. And then I will do the muffins as a separate video. Thank you. If you are still listening to me, for sticking around for so long. If you stuck around this long, you might as well subscribe. You might as well hit that thumbs up button. And you might as well join me for part 2. You can get a refill of your coffee or soda or whatever it is you're drinking in the meantime. I'll see you in the next one.